Friday, everybody. Lead meteorologist John Choquette here for our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast, sponsored by the C3 Group. Check them out. There's a link to their page in the description below here on Facebook. Again, thanks for them for sponsoring everything we do here to get these videos out to you guys every single day, and of course doing any sort of live coverage. Make sure you guys check us out, especially if you're out in the field. Watch us on our app if you can't get on to Facebook, or watch us on YouTube as you might usually watch us. Go on the app, the little lightning bolt in the lower right hand corner of your screen. Click on that. It'll bring up the video in the lower right hand corner of the screen, and you can go ahead and watch it from there while you continue working and canvassing, or you can just click on the video and rotate your phone into landscape mode, and you can view it in full screen for all the lovely videos that we do here and see my little face there. And go ahead and make sure you have your notifications set up just in case you haven't already, or if it's your first time watching. Go on your desktop computer onto your main account with us on Hail Trace. Go ahead and click on notification options, notification settings. Get those notifications set up across the board here, especially because we do have a risk tomorrow across Oklahoma, which is an unusual time of year here for us. So make sure that you go on and set up, whether it's on your app, on your computer, or on your email, and all the various locations that you have for your business needs, whether it's a city, metro, entire state, or the whole country. Click on that and get everything together for you. So here's our forecast for today, and God, yet again, that purple swath, I keep forgetting to animate. We have a pretty wide array of an area here. I have 2% for Denver, but honestly, that is for the entire Front Range. Looks like the hail risk is just to your east today. I'm sure a lot of you folks who are out and about in the Front Range probably don't necessarily need yet another storm to go work, unless you're one of the few who are complaining about certain swaths, but whatever. We have a chance, it looks like some good big storms are going to form in eastern Colorado. Could see up to some 3-inch hail initially, and then the storms are going to turn into a pretty angry line. And it's going to come roaring through Oklahoma tonight. And the big question, of course, will be how much does this affect the atmosphere tonight to lead into tomorrow, which we'll talk about in just a second. Could see some storms form all the way up into Montana, and looks like a whole grab bag of storms possible across the southeast today. A spattering of 5% and 2%. The best chances for storms probably are going to be in Mississippi and Alabama. That's ongoing now and continuing through this afternoon, as well as in Virginia, just south of Washington, D.C., down by like Richmond, and even possibly as far to the east as Virginia Beach. You could have some storms that produce up to a ping pong ball size, and then other isolated storms, near Nashville, Atlanta, Charlotte, up towards Cincinnati. Nothing too crazy. It's the time of year where, unfortunately, there isn't a lot of cold air in the upper atmosphere in the southeast, so it's very hard to get that hail size to get up above maybe golf ball in the very strongest storms. Biggest hail, pretty rural today, and then by the time the storms get to Oklahoma City tonight between 10 o'clock and midnight, chances are the hail threat will be very minimal. But that does not mean there won't be any hail, especially going into your day tomorrow. Here's our local hail forecast for the Colorado Front Range. Probably points from Aurora, Colorado south, maybe up to some ping pong ball size hail between around now through 4 p.m. About 2% chance, pretty small, which gives us a very small chance, 5% chance of seeing a 3-star map or better. But it is the Front Range, and things like, man, really, my camera died? Yeah, things like that tend to happen doesn't take too much to get a big storm. Just hold on one second, everybody. I'm going to switch out my battery. We are working on, we might just change up our camera pretty soon here, guys, so that way we have a way to just do this without having to change batteries. We can just plug it in. But anyway, so that's what we're looking at for Colorado Front Range. Here is the future radar, the HRRR Model 15Z latest run. You can see as we kind of rotate through here through the rest of this afternoon, you see just a spattering of storms here and there, isolated. All these aren't going to produce hail, only a few of them. And you see there's a better focus here in Virginia. If once it comes around again, you can see down into Alabama there's some storms, and then just a sprinkling of storms here and there throughout Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, and the Carolinas. So that's why we have that just broad area of maybe quarter to $half size hail and spatterings of 2%. There's that outside chance a storm or two could meander through a major city metro in the southeast and may not be damaging, but enough for a new date of loss. Going to the further to the west here, you see storms over by Colorado, and then this big angry system comes roaring through here tonight, and the ARRR wants to have more storms form after that. Big question of whether or not that actually will happen. Once you get towards the end of the ARRR run, some wonky stuff happens that tends to not really happen in reality. But big question for this is going to be, how strong is this system going to be? Is this going to come roaring through and get as far south as what we're saying here, and it shoots the outflow boundary all the way down to like Austin, Texas? Or is it going to kind of ease back up to the north and have a trigger mechanism for storms tomorrow? The atmosphere is going to be very unstable, very favorable for big time storms across Oklahoma tomorrow, which is why we do have that risk of up to 3-inch hail. So if we get any big storms to form, we could have some really large hail. Big question, of course, is it going to happen or is it not? Complete boom or bust situation for tomorrow. We could have storms form right by Oklahoma City, right by Tulsa, get some giant hail in there. Again, the atmosphere will be primed if, of course, all things considered, if this happens, it'll be primed for very large hail, 3 to 4.5-inch size hail, and even some tornado potential. However, we could also have storms wiping out the risk, and then you have the outflow boundary hanging out by like Dallas or even points farther south and west of that, and that would really kind of kill any chance for storms tomorrow. So again, boom or bust. It'll either be a very busy day here at Trace tomorrow, or there'll be almost nothing to talk about at all. And I'll show this in the models. These are both the different versions of the NAM model. It's a North American model that's good for short-range stuff like this. The 3-cam is the higher resolution one, but still has some kinks to work out. We show, this is going in tomorrow, storms come through, and then you don't really see anything form. The 3-cam NAM thinks we're not going to see any big storms across Oklahoma tomorrow. But when I shift over to the regular NAM model, the one that's been around longer, we have the system pull through, and then boom, big storm. That's like right over Moore, Norman, and that blows through tomorrow evening. That would be a big time storm. So again, that's where we're at right now. Honesty, and I told this to other storm chasers and other weather people I know, when I wake up tomorrow morning is when I'll have a better idea of what's going to happen. Obviously, we'll be watching tonight as the storms roar through Oklahoma City around midnight. But if that rain hangs around, I have to bring my car in for an oil change at 8:15 in the morning. If I'm driving through a heavy thunderstorm in downtown Oklahoma City to bring my car in to just get that oil change, chances are you're not going to see any big storms in Oklahoma tomorrow. But I wake up and there's no storms and it's getting unstable and hot and partly cloudy skies, then yeah, we might see some big storms tomorrow. So obviously tune in. We'll have a whole video forecast tomorrow going over this chance, because again, Oklahoma, you guys are desperate for some big storms. I know we're here, and it would be crazy that we could get this a very late season event for Oklahoma standards anyway. So if we can get it to happen, that'd be great. If we don't, well, that's just the par for the course of 2018. So we'll see what happens. We'll have that update tomorrow. And again, the biggest thing is just what happens tonight. It all comes down to that big line of storms that comes through tonight. Is it going to be really intense? Is it going to kind of fizzle out as it hits us? Is it going to be further south and west than what we're expecting, and then the outflow boundary doesn't come back? Will storms linger into the morning? All these questions that we don't have answers to until they actually happen. So that's what we're looking at. And beyond that, we do have another chance on Sunday. I don't have a 5-day forecast for it today. I didn't have a lot of time to get that stuff together. We could see some big storms on Sunday in Kansas, especially in western Kansas. Could see some really big hail. And but there is that chance we could see some storms possibly back towards the Front Range into Oklahoma, into possibly as far east as Kansas City and Omaha. That's our area of concern for Sunday. And then beyond that, we have some chances for storms Monday and Tuesday as well. Again, didn't have time to get a 5-day together, so this is what all we have to work with for today. Let's see, somebody asked us here, what storms are prime for each, what months are prime for each state? For example, Texas, your best months typically are March, April, May. Oklahoma's usually April, May, and that first week of June. Kansas, you're thinking more April, May, June into early July. Colorado, June is usually your busiest month, but it can extend July and even into August and September. And then further north you get, just the later it gets. So that's kind of what we're looking at. I don't want to go too far into that. So of course, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to leave comments here in the comments section below. Whether you're watching it live or you're watching it after the fact, you can leave a comment on there. We do check on the videos and try to answer questions every now and again. Follow our page, hit see first, especially if we do any live continuing coverage. I'm sure you guys, if you've watched more than just today, you've probably seen our live coverage, especially at the beginning of this week. We did over 4 hours of continuous coverage, both on over 3 hours Monday and over 4 hours on Tuesday. All right, St. Louis, your prime months, March through June is probably your best chances. Anyway, okay, so hit see first. So if you miss a push notification that we're live, you can go on your news feed and you go on next time you go on Facebook. It's right there at the top, so you don't miss anything. How much do I have to donate to Hail Trace to make big hail in Oklahoma? God, I wish that it worked that way, but it does not. You can donate all the money you want, but Mother Nature does what she wants. What cities will probably be hit in Colorado? What cities haven't been hit yet? God, jeez. Definitely nothing. Sunday, there might be a chance. I think today, Colorado, it's going to be east of where all the major population centers are. And other questions you may have, give us a call, email us, or go on hailtrace.com, intercom, lower right-hand corner of your screen is a blue circle with a speech bubble in it. Click on that. It sends out a message to everyone on staff. So if I didn't get a chance to answer your questions here, we can answer them over there. And, of course, if you have any interest in our product or questions about it, that's a great resources to answer all said questions that way as well. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Of course, we'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. If there happen to be any big storms, any cities today, we'll do live continuing coverage, but I'm erring towards the side that there probably won't be. So I'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. and we'll be all ready to go for tomorrow. If tomorrow turns out to be a big setup for Oklahoma, obviously we'll have that forecast and continuing coverage. Maybe we could even get lucky and have a storm come through Edmond and we can watch it hail here at the office together and watch my car get destroyed or something. But we'll just kind of have to see. Do those hail dances and hope that we can get a decent setup here in Oklahoma. This might be our last chance until the fall. So here we go. All right. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Great Friday. If I don't see you over the weekend, I'll see you on Monday at 12 p.m. for our daily hail forecast here at Hail Trace. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.